So again, I mentioned I graduated college in 95. I grew up in Missouri. So birth through college was Missouri. Entrepreneurship wasn't the thing, right, in that time frame. Today, I think half of college graduates, if you ask them what they want to do, they want to be an entrepreneur, which is great, right? But now it's great, and it's kind of what people want to do. At that time, no one talked about being an entrepreneur, and I never really envisioned myself as one either necessarily. But when I look back at kind of my youth, I mean, I was kind of always a self-starter. I mean, I was the person who had my own lawn mowing company. I was lucky that my grandfather worked for Fultz Vending Company, which was the company that put gumball and candy machines and trinket machines in grocery stores. And he had a route where he would just drive around and fill those machines and empty the change out of them. And the benefit of that was I could fill my backpack with his stuff and then bring it to school and resell it. And I would try to do that on a cadence. And so I kind of always, just as a young kid, kind of was self-initiated in terms of ways to make money, but never again imagined that kind of being an entrepreneur was what I wanted to do when I got out of college. But after moving to Dallas, and getting into technology, I think really the way I started being an entrepreneur was being as a side hustle, which is a great recommendation even today for young people who maybe want to start something. Is, you learn a lot going to work in a company. Like the skills that I learned the first 2 years out of college before starting my first company were things that I learned by being in a company and being around other people who were much more experienced than I was. But because I was gaining these skills in software development and multimedia and computer-based learning, it was during a time when there weren't a lot of people that did that kind of work. And so within the Dallas ecosystem, I was able to kind of do contract projects on the side. And those side hustles eventually became busy enough and opportunistic enough where I could just parlay that, just leave the company and know that I kind of had enough revenue to start this business. And by revenue, really just income to pay the bills, right? So these weren't large contracts at the time, but compared to what I was making, I was making $10 an hour and $21,000 a year in salary. So I didn't have a lot of income to replace. But I had a wife, I had a young child. My wife was a stay-at-home mom. I needed insurance. There were definitely components of leaving the stability of a company and doing something entrepreneurial. It was not without its risks and not without concerns, but there certainly felt like there was enough demand and opportunity to do it.